So this video may be a little bit offensive or challenging for some, yet it's something that needs to be examined and needs to be looked at. Because this poverty consciousness is so pervasive in our culture, and so many people want to complain and blame big corporations, or blame this person, or blame that person, or make this evil, or make that bad, and really get into this whole story of giving our power away to everyone else, blaming everyone else, making everyone else bad, and playing the victim. And really this so often plays out around money. So we're going to look at the roots of this poverty consciousness. We're going to understand it. I'm going to do a few examples of it. Or I'm not going to do a few examples. I'm going to share with you a few examples. And then we'll look at some ways out of that. Meaning how we can get into more abundance, or more of who we really are, tap into more creativity and passion and inspiration, and be able to actually see and appreciate and create value for ourselves and create value in the lives of other people. So if we want to understand poverty consciousness, we can look no further than Walmart. I was driving down the road the other day thinking about this video and what's in front of me. This Walmart truck says, "We will sell for less. Always." And that's the backbone of their business, is cheaper, 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 no matter what it takes, no matter what the cost. And that's not unique to this particular company. It's pervasive throughout businesses and organizations at large. I mean, if you go out to eat at most restaurants, you think you're going to different restaurants. You're actually going to the same restaurant, because 95+% of all restaurants get their food from the exact same place. So whether it's a highbrow fine dining restaurant or an O'Charley's or Applebee's, odds are it's all coming from the same place. Likewise, there's Walmart and all these other spin-offs who their whole business model is we're cheaper, we're cheaper, we're cheaper. So what happens is this continuously sets us up for this mindset of having no conscious awareness of quality or appreciation of attention to detail, or really asking any questions about sustainability or real longevity. Meaning we just want cheaper now, cheaper now, cheaper now in the end. But we can't sit back and necessarily blame these companies, because they're the suppliers of this. So supply takes demand, and these two things go hand in hand. So we can't necessarily blame companies for always wanting to do cheaper, cheaper, cheaper without caring about quality or attention to detail or how long it'll last or longevity or any of those things, because so many people are demanding that. So this ties into the whole thing about taking responsibility and not just complaining about, oh, the world's this and oh, the world's that, but asking ourselves, well, what am I doing? Meaning we can say, oh, well, factory farming is horrible and industrial food farm is horrible and GMOs and all this stuff is terrible. You know, we can sit on Facebook and post crap about this all day and complain about the world and feel bad and feel angry and blame people and march and protest. But at the end of the day, how much money are we giving? How much support are we giving to people who are actually not supporting that? Meaning, for example, in my own community, there's a whole organization of restaurants that are all dedicated to local farm-to-table food. You know, farmers markets, stores that only sell local products. You know, how much money are we giving to those organizations? How much support and time and energy and attention are we giving to organizations that are actually making a change and actually creating a shift? And how much time are we just spending complaining? Obviously, it's important to be educated, make educated decisions, but once we've reached that point, okay, it's time to move on and say, okay, well, what can I do? How can I be empowered? So going back to this idea, poverty consciousness, what ends up happening is we get so sucked into, cheaper, we don't care about quality, we don't care about longevity, we don't care about sustainability, we don't care about any of those things. Well, then what happens is we really have no ability to recognize value, we have no ability to appreciate value, then oftentimes our ability to create value becomes diminished as well, because these two things feed each other. And what's so funny to me is that so many of the people that are so anti the system or so against or so above or so enlightened beyond the system are still just controlled by the mindset or by the programming or the parasitic energies from that system. Meaning they sort of get into this mindset where everything should be free, everything should be easy. Which, again, is no real appreciation of value, no real ability to see and recognize value, which then usually diminishes our ability to actually create value. Because these two things go hand in hand. Now, it's important to point out at this juncture that it's really not about money. Because if we have the mindset of never enough, there's not enough, then it doesn't matter how much money we have or don't have, because it's still never enough. Because there's plenty of people who have no money that are happy, plenty of people that have tons of money that are happy, plenty of people that have no money and are miserable and mean, plenty of people that have a lot of money that are miserable and mean, plenty of people who have no money that create massive change in the world, plenty of people who have a lot of money that create massive change in the world. So at that point, we can understand it's not really about the external symbol, which is money, which is just a symbol, but it's really more so about the mindset and coming back to what things mean for us and asking ourselves, well, what does money symbolize for me? Because it is a symbol, because it is inherently empty. So one other point that I want to make is this distinction between having numbers on a screen or having money in real tangible value, being able to see and actually appreciate value. So one particular story that happened today, as I was writing the outline for this video, I'm sitting in a coffee shop. Internet was just slow as can be. Meaning if I tried to load a page, it just took forever. I couldn't listen to music, couldn't do hardly anything because the internet speed was so slow. Did a speed test, it was way slower than my cell phone. It was 3G. It was not even anywhere close to that. But it was free. So let's look at this. Most people would say, whatever, who cares? But from a real value perspective, how much value is that creating for me? Well, not very much. And taking it further, this is a large business that does millions and millions of dollars. They have multiple, 10 locations in the city. Do they have the money to invest in higher internet? Yeah. I'm a home individual user and I pay like $90 a month for the fastest possible internet that I can get in the area. But they're a business with 10 locations, so they can get industrial business internet access plus a bulk discount. So I imagine their internet would even be cheaper per location. So for them, it's more important to save, $50 or $100 a month, or maybe $500 a month based on the 10 locations. That's more important, meaning those numbers on a screen are more important than the actual value user experience that the person's having, meaning being able to sit there and work without having to wait for pages to load forever, or having the internet drop out, or having Skype calls disconnected because the connection's too slow. Meaning that's no real appreciation of value, because they'd say, okay, well, sure, we're not going to have maybe these little numbers on the screen, but these people are going to have a more valuable, better experience. They're going to be able to get better work done and faster and easier. And they're going to want to come back because it's better. Instead of saying, oh, well, this other coffee shop has faster internet, I'm going to go there. Oh, well, that Starbucks has faster internet, I'm going to go there. Instead, they just end up being in this poverty mindset of cheaper, more now, but not even considering the long-term implications. Second example is kind of funny, kind of gross. So currently I rent a house, pretty nice house, which I, up until last week, was really happy with. So last week, for some reason, my sewer basically backed up. So couldn't flush the toilets, couldn't, drain the sinks. And then all of a sudden the sink, or not the sink, the tub was having literally shit back up into it. I don't mean shit as in shit, I mean shit as in feces from the sewer was backing up. So maybe an inch or so thick on the bottom of the tub. So that's sitting in the tub. So I call the lady that owns the house and say, hey, this is what's happening. Can you get someone over here to take a look at this, because my house smells like crap. There's literally crap in the tub and I can't use anything. And this was about 6 p.m. They said, oh, okay, let me see what I can do. 7 p.m. I hear back from them say, oh, we'll have someone come out, tomorrow. A plumber will be there first thing tomorrow morning. I'm like, so I'm supposed to sit in this filth that I can't and not use anything for the next 18 hours? And then I said, well, aren't there any emergency services? Oh yeah, but they cost $200. It's like, or it's $200 extra for them to come out and do an emergency run. I'm like, this is an emergency. What would you do if it was your house? And they're like, well, we'll have someone out there first thing tomorrow morning. I'm like, okay, if it's that big of a deal, if you're that cheap, if you're that in a poverty state of consciousness, I'll pay for it. Because to me, $200 was a measly value to pay for not having shit in my tub and the smell of shit in my house, and for me to actually use the house. So to translate, for that person, having that $200 in their account, 100 or 200, how much it theoretically may have been, was more important than my happiness, than my house not smelling like crap, or actually their house not smelling like crap, this tub not being full of crap, and all these other experiences. So we can see there, well, what's the real value in that situation? We have these two examples, and we can see, this is real scarcity, real poverty state of consciousness where these people can't see real value, they can't appreciate real value. So then they're just stuck in this imaginary, illusory world of numbers on a screen that don't mean anything other than what we say. So getting back to that and following that train of thought, we already saw that it's not really about money, it's not really about the thing, it's about the state of consciousness. Well, why is that true? It's true because money is inherently empty. Money is a symbol. It's a piece of paper that symbolizes something. Well, what does it symbolize? Whatever we say it symbolizes. Could be changing the world, could be ruining the world, could be achieving our dreams, could be squashing our dreams. Money is inherently empty and has whatever meaning that we attach to it, because it's energy just like everything else. So then at that point we should ask ourselves, well, what are my associations with money? When I think about it, what do I feel? What do I experience? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it happy? Is it sad? Is it expansion? Is it contraction? And, what are my beliefs about that? What is my relationship like? And we can ask ourselves, how can I learn to see and appreciate more value? See and appreciate attention to detail. See and appreciate people that are passionate and driven and inspired to live their life and be creative. And then further, ask ourselves, how can I create more value? How can I create and add more value in my life and in the lives of others? Because in reality, we have a certain amount of time every single day, a certain amount of energy that we have to invest in whatever our activities might be. So that can be towards complaining and blaming other people and being mad and being the victim and being just generally constrained, or that can be on expansion. It can be on helping other people, helping ourselves, being creative, being inspired, being driven, being passionate, feeling like we have a purpose in life, feeling like we're making a difference, whether that's on a very small scale or a very large scale. Because again, it's not necessarily just about money, it's about value. It's about abundance. It's about this state of prosperity. Because again, money is a symbol, symbolizing something. So we ask ourselves, what is it symbolizing? What does it mean for me? What is my relationship like with money and what do I really have the ability to see value? Meaning I have people in my life that I pay $100 or a few $100 a month to learn from on various levels. So some people might say, oh my God, that's a lot of money to pay one person to learn from. A lot of people would say that's nothing. A lot of people pay $10,000. Some people pay $50,000. Some people pay $100,000 a month to coaches and guides and mentors. And a lot of people might say that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. But it's not about dollar figures. It's about value. Meaning if someone can give you something that allows you to make millions of dollars and they charge you $5,000 for it, it's pretty insane value. If someone can give you advice that changes your life, that inspires you, that makes you see a new possibility that you didn't see before, what is the value of that? And if, like, for example, people that I learn from, a few $100 a month is nothing in compared to the value that I'm getting from that, from the growth and the expansion and the insight and wisdom and awareness that's coming from that. It's really nothing, because you got to think, man, all the years they've put into that, all the time and the energy and the resources and the commitment, the dedication, 20, 30, 40 plus years they put in dedicated to this thing, and they're able to pass that on to other people and help other people. But it takes a certain level of awareness to even be able to see that, because so many people get caught up in, oh, it should be free. I shouldn't have to pay for that. It's like, well, then you're just basically a leech or a parasite, because it's not an energetic exchange. Remember the infinity symbol for relationships. When people are in that mindset, they're just trying to take and take and take and take and take and take, which is so ironic because these are people who are usually so anti-system and anti all of that, but they're operating out of the same mindset, or operating out of the same poverty, scarcity, sort of Walmart state of consciousness. We'll call that Walmart consciousness. So hopefully all of that's been helpful. It's probably going to make a lot of people mad. It's going to make some people happy. It's probably going to be all sort of stupid comments below from a whole spectrum of people who are going to talk all sort of nonsense about money. But at the end of the day, we all have to deal with it. And we can all idealize about other worlds and other possibilities, but we should really come back to the here and now and say, well, what's my current relationship like? Where am I at? How can I improve? Most importantly, how can I add more value? How can I create more value in my life and the lives of others? Which is a far more empowering and impactful and transformative way of looking at things. So, if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.